All right, hey guys, I'm going to give you a quick review of what we did today. Just a little warm-up today for Chapter 4 in Algebra. The first couple questions are going to ask about points, ask you to name some points on a graph. Hopefully you remember how to do that. But then a couple ask about quadrants. I always have some kids who forget which quadrant is which. This area up here is quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. Notice we use Roman numerals instead of actual numbers that we're used to using, and that's quadrant 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll help you on those first 4 questions. And then all the other questions will look like this. They'll ask you to solve for y. Remember what that is. We've done this before. Solve for y means you want the letter y to be the only thing on that side of the equal sign. Everything else, you've got to move it over or undo it somehow. Sorry about that. I don't have my camera thing today. I'm just holding it. So if I want to solve for y, I want the letter y to stay. I'm going to leave the y on one side of the equal sign and get everything else on the other side. So like here, this 2x, I need to undo it. How do I undo it? Well, if this is 2x, I need it to equal 0. The way I can make it equal 0 is to subtract 2x, right? 2 minus 2x equals 0. Now notice, on the right-hand side, whatever you do on one side, you do the same thing on the other. But over here, I lined it up because you have x's and x's, and 2x minus 2x is 0. Over here, this is a regular number 10. And this has an x on it. You cannot subtract those. The only way we could subtract them is if this was like a 10x and this was a 2x. That's the only way we could subtract them. So since we can't subtract them, I'm just going to copy them down. I'm going to put the equal sign back in there. And then this is minus 5y is still there. Okay, so step 1, I'm going to clear out the x. I'm going to get the x on the other side. Sorry about that. I had to reach for another marker. Now, the letter y is still being multiplied, right? This is being multiplied by negative 5. So I'm going to undo multiplying with dividing. You divide every single term, and look what you're left with. Over here, negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1, and that's what you want. See how the letter y is all by itself? Here, 10 divided by negative 5 is negative 2, and then here, negative divided by negative, negative and negative make a positive, and then 2/5, we're just going to keep that as 2/5. You could make it 0.4, but let's be honest, most people will keep it as a fraction. The only thing they would maybe do is reduce the fraction if you could, but 2/5 is one that you cannot reduce. All right, let me do another one. I'll do 3 of these, and then that should hopefully get you to a point where you feel comfortable doing them. I hope. Here's another one, solve for y. Okay, the y is being multiplied by 6. It's being added with 3 x's. So I'm going to undo these 3 x's. How do I make it equal 0? 3 minus 3. 3x minus 3x would equal 0. Whatever you do on one side, you do the same thing on the other. 3x minus 3x is nothing. You're left with 6y equals 18 minus 3x. You cannot subtract an 18 with a 3x, so I just have to keep it like that. Here, the letter y is now being multiplied by 6. I want to undo multiplying with dividing. Here, 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 all 3 places. Here, 6 divided by 6 is 1. Here, 18 divided by 6 is 3. Here, it's negative, because this is a negative, this is a positive, so I know the signs are different. That's going to be a minus. 3 over 6 is the same thing as 1/2. I'm going to keep it as 1/2. I could put 0.5, but I think 1/2 is just as good, and to be honest, probably the better way to write it. Okay, one last one, and then this will get you hopefully to a point where you can maybe try these on the Big Ideas Math site. What if they put everything on one side of the equal sign? I could do minus 3x on both sides, and I could do minus 10 on both sides, and then divide everything by negative 5. That would work. But I think it might make sense just to do, I'm just going to go ahead and move the y. That's going to get the y by itself, isn't it? What about this? Minus 5y and plus 5y cancels out on the left. Over here, anything plus 0 stays the same. Now this looks backwards. The 3x is still there. The plus 10 is still there. This looks backwards, but it's okay. It's the same idea, right? The y is being multiplied by 5. I'm going to divide by 5 here, here, and here. And this is going to be my final answer. 5 divided by 5 is 1. You could have equals y at the beginning or at the end. It doesn't matter. 3/5, can I reduce that? No. And then here, 10 divided by 5, can I reduce that? I can. That's 2. And that looks like a 6, but it's a 5. 3/5. 3/5 x plus 2 equals y. Okay, guys, so that's going to be a quick little intro into kind of the warm-up that we did today for Chapter 4. hopefully it makes sense. If not, you can shoot me an email, and then I'll post the rest of your all's assignments this week on here to help you all out while you're at home. Okay, see you everyone.